Okay, students, this is John Walker, your science teacher again. So we're going to walk ourselves through the steps of the scientific method to solve a problem. So I've come up with a problem, okay, and there's my buddy who's going to help me solve for this. He's trudging along, right? He's going to walk ourselves. Okay, so here's the problem. While cleaning up your yard, you pick up a board that has been lying on the ground for several weeks. There's the board right there, okay? When you pick up the board, you notice that the grass beneath it is yellow instead of green. Oh my gosh. Wonder why that happened. So the question that comes to your mind is, what caused the grass to grow yellow instead of green? Have any ideas? Okay. Well, let's think. Okay. Using what you already know about plants and what plants need to grow healthy, you should be able to come up with some possible reasons, some hypotheses, okay? And then we're going to try to figure out if we have a hypothesis, how are we going to test for it? What kind of an experiment are we going to be able to put together in order to prove or disprove the hypothesis? Okay, so there's my big guy who's going to, he's writing down some initial ideas. Okay, so, what do you think? What would be one of your hypotheses? Okay, you could share your ideas, okay, in a short classroom discussion, which we'll probably do during, class time. Okay, so here's some. Some of your ideas would probably be that the grass grew yellow because it didn't get sunlight, or water, or air, or warm temperatures. There could be several reasons, right? All right. The hypothesis we're going to test first is that grass needs sunlight to grow green. Grass needs sunlight to grow green. Okay, so that's our experiment. So we had the causal question, why did the grass turn yellow? Okay, we put together the hypothesis, and that is grass needs sunlight to, grow green. Now we have to develop an experiment. Okay, so thinking through the experiment. What kind of experiment would you do to test the hypothesis? You write down your ideas, share them in class, in this particular case. Okay, there are many ways we could test our hypothesis, but what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to create an experiment using a square glass dish and a metal dish that are exactly the same size. Okay, there's the metal dish and there's the glass dish. Okay, same size. Okay, now what we would do is that we're going to select a sunny spot in our yard and place both pans upside down and side by side over the grass. The grass would still be able to get air, warm temperature, and water from the soil. The only difference between the two patches of grass is that one will get sunlight and the other, the one that has the metal pan over it, will not, right? So that's the only difference. Okay, the glass dish is our control, okay, which we will compare with the variable experiment, okay, the metal dish. If the grass beneath the metal pan grows green, we can probably rule out a lack of sunlight as the cause of the yellow growth, okay? But if the grass beneath the glass pan grows yellow, we might need to look at our experimental setup. Okay, we will compare the results of the control with the results of the variable and get our results. All experiments have control, which is the use of a basis of comparison. Okay, so you've got the glass dish and you got the metal dish. Will the grass turn yellow under the metal dish where there is no sunlight coming through? Okay. So the independent variable is the variable we change between the control and the variable experiments. Okay. Our independent variable, okay, is what is the only difference between the control experiment and the variable experiment? That's the metal dish. Okay. What is the independent variable? Yes, the amount of sunlight. So the metal dish is not going to let sunlight in, is it? Nope. The the glass dish lets the grass get sunlight while the metal dish blocks all sunlight. That's pretty cool, huh? Nice experiment there, Mr. Walker. Okay, so the dependent variable is the variable or condition we will look for that will tell us if the changing of the independent variable had an effect, which is the amount of sunlight. If in our variable experiment, okay, the metal pan, what will tell us if blocking sunlight had an effect on the grass grows? Write your response under the heading dependent variable. Okay, what is the dependent variable? The color change from green to yellow is our dependent variable. Okay, so now I'm going to conclude this. Okay, so you're going to write all your stuff down, and then we're going to come back with some answers from our experiment and some answers. Okay, stay tuned.